Why are some indie games better than some AAA games? Before we talk about that, I'm sure some of you are saying, they're not. They have better graphics, and they are usually longer. Now, we could sit here and debate all day about every indie game and how good their graphics are, but that is not why I think some are better. I think some indie games are better than AAA games because of how interesting they can be. Okay, I know that doesn't make them better on their own, but let me say this. I would rather play a game like Cry of Fear over Cyberpunk 2077 or Red Dead Redemption 2. Why is this? Well, it can be multiple reasons, such as the game being made by a few people, or sometimes produced and made by one person. Or it could be the fact that it's fun to learn, or maybe it's just the freedom these games have, or the skill that the game requires. I will be covering all these topics, but I will focus on two games specifically: Cry of Fear and Undertale. One is free, and one is $10, which I had to buy for this video, so now I'm $10 in debt.
Are you still there? To delete this message.
Before we start, I have to give some background. Cry of Fear was released in 2012, made by a small group of people, while Undertale was released in 2015 and made by one singular person. Each game is very different, and these games are not that similar, except for the fact that they are indie games. Now, onto the main portion of the video. Why I would rather play these games over a game like Cyberpunk or GTA 5. I know it's not exactly fair that I have Undertale and Cry of Fear, but I don't own Cyberpunk 2077, but that's what one of my reasons is. I bought these games when I could have bought Red Dead Redemption 2, Cyberpunk, or GTA 5. By the way, I do have GTA 5, but I got it for free, so I didn't pay for it. These games may not have the best graphics, but their music is better than most AAA games. These songs from indie games are almost always more exciting than a song from Minecraft. Not saying Minecraft songs aren't good, mind you. I don't know much about music, so I can't tell you why this is the way it is, but whatever these developers are doing is working. Undertale knew not to try and have realistic graphics because it wouldn't even fit with the game, and on top of that, the art style made it stick out among other indie games. And, Cry of Fear is just kind of Cry of Fear. In AAA games, you may have open environments and open worlds, but Cry of Fear and Undertale still have some open world capabilities. In Undertale, you aren't completely restricted on where you can go on the map, and in Cry of Fear, despite the game being linear, at one point you can literally go back to the very start of the game. Not to mention the story of each game is incredibly good. I don't want to spoil either of their stories, so you'll have to play them for yourself. But personally, the story in Cry of Fear intrigues me a lot. Without spoiling it, the game has some mind-fucking sequences, and the story as a whole is amazing. Not to mention the ending to the games are incredible. Back to gameplay. Dumbed down, Undertale's combat is not the traditional sense of combat. And Cry of Fear has guns and knives, but it's amazingly fun to use the combat in Cry of Fear. This topic will be short because I don't know many details in Cry of Fear, and I bought Undertale just for this video, so I haven't had time to play through the entire game. One small detail in Cry of Fear is when you try and call the police with your phone, the devs actually thought to put something there. So my conclusion is that while AAA games are considered to be better, Undertale and Cry of Fear don't try too hard and instead focus on their unique story, unique graphics, and amazing music. Which is why I love to play hidden indie gems rather than buggy, not ready for release, money-hungry
Cyberpunk.
AAA games. Also, I just released an essay on Outlast. If you want to go view that, you can. Anyways, I'm out. Please subscribe. I'm now $10 in debt. Goodbye.